Good morning, it's Bando, and this is Breakfast with Bando. Thank you for stopping by. Today we're going to have a look at this, my second video, and I'm just going to be covering my experiences with the Age of Darkness, the Horus Heresy, or as we mostly call it, 30k. Now, as I'm sure everyone's seen by now, Horus Heresy is getting its second edition, and Games Workshop's announced they've announced a second edition with a fantastic CGI trailer and a look at a couple of new miniatures. This has led to a huge influx of 30k platforms having people coming and going, hey, I'm new, I play 40k, what do I need to do, what can I use, how do I get into 30k, what's the difference? And there is a difference. There is a big difference. 30k has pretty much a non-existent competitive scene. So if you're looking for a game where you can go to tournaments, you can get the best army that just wins every single time. If you're a Harlequins player, for example, this is not the game for you. Now, with the gatekeeping out the way, this is a game really if you love narrative play. If you love stories, you want to take a stupid army that shouldn't work because it fits a theme. That's 30k. Do you want to take the worst types of armour, the worst vehicles, because your army's supposed to be massively under-equipped? You've got no tanks, you've got no flyers, you've only got infantry because, you're on the run. That's the sort of thing you want for 30k. And a lot of the community plays that. And a lot of the community plays that in a way that you have fun. You're doing it for the stories. Now, the question I'm seeing a lot is what should I start with? What should I buy? And really there's only one answer to this. And the most important thing you can possibly get before you get any books, before you buy rules or anything like that, and this is if we're not going to wait for the new edition to come out, the most important thing that you can possibly buy for 30k is the last chance to buy Resin Spartan Assault Tank. Right. Now that all the angry nerds have put comments on the video that help with the engagement, I can actually give you a proper answer. Don't go buying a Spartan Assault Tank. Don't go buying a Storm Eagle or a Thunderhawk or anything stupid like that. The thing that every person who is starting a new Heresy army should buy, no matter what kind of army they're doing, is this. Bolter Marines. Not this exactly. The Mark III box, this is a great box to get. The Mark IV box is great as well. You could even do the current traditional tactical squad, and I will point out later exactly how you can use that in a legitimate legal heresy army, much to the chagrin of many, many people. Or you can be a real pain in the backside, and you can spend 60 quid, I think, getting a 10-man Beaky squad, or Mark V squad at the moment, from Forge World, and not get the bolters for them. But we do have Plastic Mark VI coming out soon. But yeah, what you want is two of these. 2 boxes of Bolter Marines. Because most armies require, just like 40k did, they require compulsory troops choices. And for most rules, or most armies, most rights of war, your tactical squad, which is similar but not identical to the 40k one, is the easiest and cheapest option. And what that is 10 guys armed with bolters. There's no missile launcher and flamer like you get in 40k. Your sergeant can take some funky toys. He can get lightning claws, melter bombs, power weapons, combi weapons. But I'm going to tell you, don't bother doing that. Build 20 guys with just bolters. Because that's a great squad. You can take 10 guys, or you can expand it up to 20. You put a blob of 20 bolty guys in an objective, and it's a pain in the arse. It's not going to survive, but it's going to survive long enough that something else in your army can get in there. It opens you up to, you've spent the minimum, you can now spend the rest of your points on something fun like jet bikes, dreadnoughts, super heavy tanks, Primarchs, that sort of thing. But really, the legions were hundreds of thousands of Marines. and getting a huge amount of just bolter guys, legionnaires, really is thematically the best way of doing things. So yeah, I'm going to tell you that picking up this box, or the Mark IV box, or waiting for the Mark VI box, is your best move. Because you get 10 guys, a shed load of special weapons, melter guns, plasma guns, combi weapons in the Mark IV box set, power fists, thunder hammers, which you can then use to customize characters, veteran sergeants, all sorts. Your bits box for 30k is going to look like a bomb site within about a week and a half. The second reason is that once you have painted 20 guys in whatever Legion colours you've picked, you are really going to know how to do it. You are going to know how to get that perfectly smooth coat of white for your white scars, how to get a really nice vibrant popping yellow for your Imperial Fists, or a really nice deep red for your Word Bearers. You don't want to jump into an army and go, hey, I'm going to paint Horus first, if you've never painted the Sons of Horus, if you've never painted black. Or, oh, I'm going to do Korax first, but you don't know how to paint black well. Those guys, paint them last once you've got everything down. Once you know what works, you know, what's the complementary colours? What are my spot colours on this? What metallics am I going to use? How am I going to weather these models? Once you know that, and after 20 infantry you're going to know that, that's what you want to do. Get through your foot sloggers, and then you'll be in a position that you'll be able to really treat those more expensive, both in real money and points, units with the sort of respect that they deserve. So on screen I've got a couple of pictures of my units, some of my just standard bolter guys, and you'll see that some of them are set up with bolters and some of them are set up with pistols and chainswords. So these are known as despoilers when they've got pistol close combat weapons, and unfortunately none of the kits actually come with enough arms for pistol and close combat weapons, which is a bit of an oversight on Games Workshop's point, but this is just an option. So if you've got a big bits box, you know, if you've got loads of chainsaws and bolt pistols left over from making assault squads or whatever, that is what you can use for them. You don't have to give them just bolters, but you can. You can also pick up different bolters from Forge World. You can get different, I think it's the Umbra pattern bolters, which you can see on some of the Imperial Fists I've got here. Or you can mix and match with the Phobos patterns and things that come with the Mark IVs and the Mark IIIs. I love the bolters that come with the Mark III Marines. I think they look absolutely fantastic. In here, there's several in the pictures you're seeing on screen that are actually 3D printed. And that's another thing about 30k you'll learn very quickly, is 30k is very welcoming to the 3D printed community. That's what you get Games Workshop for treating your game as a abandonware for 2 years. So yeah, 20 Marines shouldn't set you back more than about £50. Check out third-party retailers like Darksphere, Element Games, if you want to wait for them, Wayland, anyone like that. I got mine from my local game shop, which is called the Gaming Den. And yeah, you can usually get them 10 to 20% cheaper than off Games Workshop. Bolter Marines. The good thing about these Bolter Marines as well is if you're not using all of the other weapons in them, you can use them in different squads. I have bought so many boxes of Mark III and Mark IV Space Marines over the 9 or so armies that I've built that I have enough plastic heavy bolters to make 10-man heavy bolter squad. I've got enough plasma guns to make plasma gun support squads, because that's something we get in 30k. We get tactical support squads where everyone, including the sergeant, has a special weapon. You want terrifying? In the new rules, Terrifying is a 10-man las cannon squad, which is going to pop anything that moves. Anything. You could be the biggest tank, or even knights are at risk of a 10-man las cannon squad, which is great. I love it. That's exactly what 30k should be. So yeah, have a quick look through these pictures, go back and watch the video again and look at what I've done. And if you like them, you can check out my Instagram. It's linked below. If you're a vegetarian, you're probably not going to like it. If you don't like guns, you're probably not going to like it either. But that's it. I'm Bando. This has been Breakfast with Bando. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.